Come in group if you want to. And we've also got reasonable team fighting AD carries on both sides, engaged supports, skirmish oriented junglers. Like, these are very, very similar compositions. If he tries to go for the hook, it's very easy for Hong to go and engage.
Yeah, we're going to go see if they're going to make something work. Clit is there. Elk is just trying to kite this one out. You can see the damage coming out from LWX in front of the minions. Not the greatest in the world. Elk is just trying to make this one work. But Gory, he's already roamed out. He's already got himself into this bot side. This could be terrible for Ultra Prime. They flash away with a taunt. Two-man underneath the tower. Gory is rewarded with 2 kills for his proactive play. Really keeping himself safe. As you can see now, Elk getting jumped on, does not have flash, and has nowhere to go. LWX will take that one. Hung as well. Ultra Prime do trade themselves a dragon, so they got that going for them, but a 2-man knocked up as Hong just trying to make this one work for him again. Shousey has to flash away, and you can see LWX moving forward. They've got Hacker and Crying, though, trying to turn this one around a little bit. They're going to have a 4v2 in this bot side. LWX uses the heal. He has no flash to get away. They're trying to keep themselves alive, but FPX went a little bit too close to the sun, and they will be burned. 2 kills for Ultra Prime. Good response for them from the mid laner and jungler.
Yeah, FPX, though, have moved in towards the mid, as you said.
Up. We'll have the Triforce pretty much in the next back, as we can now see maybe Hong and Shousey going for a little bit of engage. There's a level difference right now, and already you can see using the Galio to full effect. They know he has nowhere to go, and he does not have Aftershock. He is a squishy boy. Vision at all. In fact, they have no vision whatsoever. Now Gory going to have to use that taunt to try and keep himself alive. Gets hooked up, gets knocked up, and goes straight into stasis. Now, they've got the Jax who gets punted out straight away. It's a 5v3. They will be able to take out the Alistar in the end, so it ends up being a 2-for-none trade, but you lost that bot lane turret, and all the plates and gold go over to LWX.
With 2 people dead, maybe Ultra Prime can make this dive happen on the top side. Shella, who, you're in trouble.
You're in a lot of trouble. He gets flashed on, gets Counter-Strike down. They should be able to keep him in place with the Ruin Prison. Uses the Hextech ultimatum to buy some time. But there is the... Ooh, okay, I thought it was going to be a disaster there for a second. And looks like it's going to be the bot side is where they decide to focus. And this might be a little bit of an overextension here from Clade. He gets caught underneath the tower and has to flash away. That was unfortunate! He's dead! Super Mega Death Rocket from downtown, and now you can see Ultra Prime. They want to go, but LWX.
He invested. Maybe ZS won't get out.
I mean, he probably won't get out, but he should get this turret. Yep, he picks that one up. He's going to try and maybe trade back a little bit of the health bar, but he is dead to rights. But at the end of it all, you're trading a turret, a tier 2 turret, for a tier.
Coordinated as they should. ZS, though, hovering here onto Shoda.
I mean, Hacker is here, but it's a 3v2. They're going to fully commit here now with the ultimates of the Galio and the Camille. Get the 2-man knock up and try and take him down. There it is, completely taken away from the side of Ultra Prime. But now they're going to try and maybe turn this one back around. But with the Zhonya's being able to buy time, FPX Clint gets himself out with the Heartbreaker and keeps himself up and available. Hong kind of joining in now, just a little bit too late, I should say, as LWX flashes away, did not get himself.
Watch out for it. You group up like this. Zeri's damage can ruin you with that Titanic Hydra.
Oh, they go in. Hacker not able to move, though, and has to go golden straight away. But look at this fight. The Counter-Strike over the top side. It's the Camille for Sin's out trade. Look at Crying. He's just turning out this damage. He's jumping straight onto LWX. Can he get the damage down? No, LWX get himself over the wall. The perfect place for him to be. They do not take the Realm Orb as the Jinx does die, and they will turn back for the 3v2 they feel they can take. Gory gets out with absolutely nothing and is just recalling in front of everybody. Crying eventually take the kill onto Clid. It is a dragon for FPX, but they are very much torn and battered as they come out of that fight, very much out on the bottom side. Very quickly. They have to make a call. They're going to put the TP in. They're going to see if Hung can get into it. No, there's going to be the Baron secured by Ultra Prime, and now the fight can really ensue. FPX trying to make this one work as they do take down the jungler. Hextech ultimatum to lock down everybody down. And Xiaolao, who trades his life to keep this fight going. Look at the Zeri just putting out the damage. Lilk has to be the one to make this one work for his team. It's Clint gets himself the reset onto the Nautilus, but it's not enough. LWX in the pit, but it is still a 2-for-2 trade. And at the end of it all, the Realm Warp keeps those 3 Baron buffs alive. Ultra Prime take it away with Daylight Robbery.
Ultra Prime were so smart on that, knowing we've Blade of the Rune King Jax. No flash for Elf. Stopwatch burned as well. There's no more safety for him, but they find the pick.
They find Hong, and he's just getting burnt down. You don't have any more consistent engage, but it does not matter. FPX going to try and make it work anyway. It's going to be a 5-man knockup with the grand entrance, and there's just nothing you can do. FPX lost their support, but they did not care. ZS trying to turn this one around with Crying, but it is just not enough. It's a 5-for-1 trade. FPX saw an opportunity and they took it.
And that was the exact fight that I was just about to highlight. You don't have that safety for Elk anymore. The combo of Shelahu and Glory tear apart Elk. Crying gets caught in the mix as well because everyone from Ultra Prime dives onto Elk to try and help save him, but that only sets up FPX for the win. And with that, they'll take game number 1.
On the blink of an eye, FPX going from on the back foot to running it straight into the finish line. They will take game 1 over Ultra Prime, and very much feeling like Ultra Prime needed to just kind of calm it down a little bit. They'll be a bit sore after that loss.
It's so hard.
Well, we'll wait and see. Both teams locked and loaded. Curious to see what Hacker can do with this Hecarim. As you mentioned, a lot of power with the Turbo Chem Tank, excuse me. Chemtech Soul is
just looks his summoner spell's basic abilities. Oh no!
He has no summoner spells left, and he's going to be donated over to the Elk Fund for AD.
Chelsea sticks around.
Oh, Chelsea is going to miss the hook. Gets gravity field down. It's going to grab a thumbs down. He just get the flay back. Will he have one more auto attack? Yes, he will, but LWX now no flash. Walks straight onto the trap. Another donation to the foundation of Elk and ADCs in need. And that's going to be 2 kills for the Jinx.
I actually think there could have been a decent bit of damage on towards that. Oh, okay.
Well,
They're just
Chelsea
dead.
moved into mid, and they got a kill onto Gory. Prime, we go straight back up towards this top side as this Rift Herald has been started now by FPX. They're going to take it away, but look at Hacker. He's running straight in. They're going to knock back the Rise, and Gory has nowhere to go. He will be the first to fall. They get over the wall there with the onslaught of shadows, and they're going to try and make this one work. Hacker, though, no one to really support him until now. FPX running for the hills after taking that Rift Herald. It's still the gold worth of a kill, as we can see now the rest of Ultra Prime, and they don't know which one they wanted to take. Hacker might have to use his ultimate to get himself over the wall, but they go forward. The Gravitum, they lock down the AD carry and support of Ultra Prime, and now the LeBlanc trying to come in on the backside of this. Wild Growth has to be used, but the Jinx is dead. They're getting the resets as well. Cryin wants so desperately to move forward onto this, but he just can't. He knows.
Yeah, I mean, Shellahu's a nuts. Like, he's just so damn good. Cryin, though, looking for the setup.
Looking for something. Cryin, though, needs to be very careful. They will get the golden goats out of, the golden goose out of Gory as he finally goes down. The rest of Ultra Prime are there. They put 4 people in mid lane. They get themselves their prize, and it looks like they're going to use that pressure to get themselves a Rift Herald. Has been started. FPX really want to try and stop this count as they kind of go in. There's going to be a lot of damage. LWX is dead, as is Xiaolao, and here comes the cavalry. They jump in with the onslaught of shadows as the Gwen moves forward, and Ultra Prime take absolutely everything. Clint left all by himself. Will get a trade back. Will maybe be able to get himself an FPG. No, he cannot, because there's a death sentence.
Does seem kind of bizarre to me. And even LWX. Okay. But even Hung, we kind of look at like, hey, this engage tool, right? Like, loves flashing in aggressively, setting up these fights. Not what Lulu does.
ZS, they're going to find himself in a 2v1. I wouldn't count out the Gwen just yet. Is he going to try and jump into Xiaolao? Who is taking a lot of damage? The flash away. ZS should go down here. The Super Mega Death Rocket comes back. He tries to get the slip snip out, but not able to make it work. But while that's been happening, not really where you want to be. Cryin, the flash forward from Shousey as he lands the hook. They go in with the onslaught of shadows. They try to get the Moonlight Vigil off, and that's a big shutdown now onto the Hecarim. Way too far aggressive, as we can see now ZS trying to make something work for him.
Cryine's not going to do a lot for Baron, so he's trying to do the damage to FPX.
Oh, they go over the wall. They're trying to go for it. Moonlight Vigil has been used as Xiaolao, who keeps himself alive. The onslaught of shadow. The Hecarim is dead, and this Baron is so low. They can't get over the wall, though. Clay does not have his ultimate just yet. They're trying to finish this one up. Cryin, what are you doing? Where are they going? He gets to steal. FPX have been gifted a miracle, and they're turning it all the way around. Ultra Prime didn't know what to do, and they fumbled the ball in the end zone. Dragon has been spawned up towards that top side, so favoring Ultra Prime. It resets back into the pit. You can see now both teams just hovering around, seeing what they want to go for, seeing what they can do. Here we go. They're going to go for the full fight as the Gwen goes in. They try to get the onslaught of shadows onto LWX, and he is dead. The Gwen has finally done the job as he jumps back onto the backside. The Thresh has fallen, and now the rest of the team can really make this one work. It is finally the soul for Ultra Prime, and they are still pushing out on top of this. Gory is still pretty big. They have to respect him. At the end of it all, it is still 2 kills to 1 in favor of Ultra Prime, and they got the soul.
Just about, I will say, getting the soul. It was actually not the smite, but Elk managed to secure that. Shellahu now keeping Ultra Prime at bay as Elk wrapping around with the TP.
The Gonna go for it. There's the Realm Warp coming in, but they're gonna find himself between 4 people. Shallahu gets himself over the wall as Gory's kind of saying, look, I gotta make something work for us here, but he's just not gonna find anything. Elk picks that one up. He was
something off, but that means that you've got to face plant yourself into Shouse.
I'm not quite sure what just happened there. My brain cannot compute, and now the Baron can be started. You're without your Thresh. As now we see what the side of Ultra Prime can do. They can still go in with the onslaught of shadows. We are going to see ZS going in. The needlework will do work as they go in. It's going to be secured by FPX, and now the fight can really start off. We reset down as the Gwen is almost taking people down. Double kill for Cryan though, and the Jinx is still pushing out damage. These carries are just too damn big. It's going to be all on Clid. He gets one reset. He gets maybe another one. It's a quadra kill though for Cryan as he looks to maybe make this a penta. It's 1 against 3. Can he make it work? He knows there's no more to do as Cryan looks for something. Clid runs away. He will not get the pentakill today, but Ultra Prime, they lose the Baron, but they kill everyone else.
Yeah, the TPs are coming through though. ZS reset. That was your best chance, Clid, to shut down Ultra Prime. Yes, actually make these plays happen, and you have the reset on the ult, but Shouse, what? Hung's gone.
Yeah, Cryan will not lose this game. He gets his 5th kill out of the last 4 for Ultra Prime, a very delayed pentakill, if you will. And now Elder Drake is up. Elder Drake is being taken. FPX, they gotta flip it. They gotta go for it. They can't just wait.
But if you lose one more, you're just gone. Clid now caught out. Dragon's still too healthy.
They're still too healthy. They're going to use the Heartbreaker to get him away. They're going to try and make this one work. ZS goes in with the needlework, not quite able to finish him off, but it is enough to dissuade the rest of FPX. Ultra Prime claim themselves the L. Yeah, they are hiding in that brush there. If that hook lands, that is a dead Clid. I don't care who you are, what you do. He's actually a GA for Xiaolao, who goes for pure survivability, getting those resets in and trying to get himself back in. Clid finds himself. LWX in a lot of trouble. He gets himself away, though. One stop down the Moonlight Vigil and goes straight into GA. The Viego, the Lulu are dead. Ultra Prime have found their target, and there's nowhere else for you to go. Double kill there for the Gwen. Maybe even a triple. Not going to be today. It's going to be a double-double as they finally finish off Gory, and there's going to be a double-triple for Elk as we come back into this game. Full ace. Ultra Prime bringing us to game 3.
And it was just LWX taking that step too far forward, and Ultra Prime pounce. No engage for FPX coming back to bite them there as Ultra Prime, with the wave slowly conga lining its way in, will take the win.
And as we said, this matchup on paper, probably not as close as people thought, but if you look at the matchup, if you look at where they are in the standing, this is exactly what we expected. 2 teams fighting it out, looking to try and get themselves end this series. Both of them desperate for a win, both of them looking to try and put them up, and for FPX, you need to be keeping yourself relevant. For Ultra Prime, it's for the jungler of Ultra Prime, but with the presence they have now on the spot side, Clid trying to make that one work for them. They're going to go in on top of Elk as they get down the Glacial Augments. They're going to see the heal coming in, the flash away by Clid as he tries to jump straight in onto this Jinx. It's going to be all too easy for Clid. He took a little bit of his time, but he gets himself the first blood. The level 2 gank is just too good. Gory might be in a little bit of trouble, so needs to be very careful. Flash in with the flag and drag. They're going to get him down with the Rune Prison. It's a nice little setup. Hacker responds in kind. Both junglers very aggressive and very early objective.
Yeah, only the level 1 smite though. They haven't got that upgraded, so you need to get this low before you can do it. A Hacker.
Oh, Hacker, he didn't want to use the smite. He actually didn't even have smite. I just looked at it there. The cooldown wasn't there, and that's why you need to make sure you have that cooldown before you go for these fights. Speaking of these fights, we're going to see now Hong going in. Has the shockwave, got to land it down on the Shousty, and LWX picks up a kill. Ultra Prime, what are you doing? Should he want to go for something here? Hong is just hovering off to the side. AD carries a little bit late to the party, and Hong caught out. He is going to have to use his pulverize to try and keep himself alive, but he doesn't have his ultimate available to him. They're not able to kill him off. There's a shockwave on the 3. They even get the Crescent Guard down as the Cataclysm comes off, but LWX is here, and you can see L just too slow to the party. It's a double kill for the Zeri in a 5v4 situation. FPX are always going to win.
And especially when you look at the damage dealers that are on their team, right? Like,
just so much available to you on the side of FPX to make this one work. As I say that though, Cataclysm down. We are going to see the 2 skies as Xiaolao, who gets him outside of the Demacian Battle Dome, and now will work himself back up towards this turret, maybe making it work for himself. Who are they going to give this kill over? It is going to be ZS, so
nobody on Ultra Prime is even close to where LWX is, and now they're going to fight him.
They're going to try and go for him, but Hacker, you're all by himself. He flashes over the wall after dropping down the Cataclysm. They will get Shelly to get another little knockback as we get the Super Mega Death Rock coming in on top of the Cyclone, but Cryan in ZS, though, gets himself TP'd on the flank here. He may have found himself an opportunity. They're going to be able to jump onto Gory, who's a bit by himself, and they're going to jump straight onto LWX, who gets stunned up and taken down. Massive shutdown there up to the Jarvan, who goes golden. Hacker trying to keep himself alive. The Cyclone is good enough to just delay the inevitable, but you can see these health bars are so low. FPX are just too damn big. Crying is still trying to make this one work, but he just cannot survive. It was a valiant attempt from Ultra Prime, but they're just too far behind.
Even guessing LWX at the start of that fight, it didn't matter. Xiaolo
Defend these towers right now if the poke lands to the side of FPX.
and they're just not in position either. FPX have full control of the jungle, so they can't spot out where they're going. Now, you could assume they're going to go for this, but...
Here we go.
Where's that go?
They're going to go straight behind them as ZS finds himself a little bit of an improvised flank, but they've got a two-man Hong knocking up people on the backside, and you can see that was it. That was what they wanted to try and do. The Shockwave comes out to try and get something back, but that dragon spawns, and Ultra Prime are not really in a position to go for something here. They'll put down a little bit of harassment there on the Hong. TP going to be coming in. That's going to be the Wukong jumping in, so they will have a full complement of people to try and make something work for them here. As you can see, the mid lane, though, is crashing into their inhibitor turrets. Good damage here from Xiaolo to try and just pepper these people down as they just take away the Grump. And Dragon has been started and will be soloed, to be perfectly honest, by LWX. But he has to stop that one now because Xiaolo has to go golden as he gets jumped on straight away. They will use the Cyclone. That's the chase down. They get the Cataclysm to try and delay the rest of the team, but Jarvan is dead. And look at the Zeri. Look at the damage they're able to put down. Even with ZS jumping straight in, there's just nothing he can do. And LWX flashes forward, recognizes that he's stronger than everybody else, gets himself a double kill, and it's not done yet. Triple kill for LWX, and that's going to be enough to basically end the game. FPX going to run it down in mid lane, finally get the ace, and finally take this series 2-1.
And Elk just couldn't. There's a lot of where Ultra Prime are basically just waiting for a minion line to come in at some stage. ZS is behind, but I mean, FPX are aware he's here. He's spotted on the minion.
Spotted on the minion line, but they're going to jump in. Shouty gets taken out. Cataclysm goes down, but he's deleted anyway. They're going to go in with the ultimate. Cyclone trying to do as much work as they possibly can. Crying and Elk trying to run away, but there's no running from fate. Destiny finds you regardless of what you do, and they're going to be able to try and just end this game. Crying left on the fountain, Crying, as he is just not going to be able to do anything else. Clid will not even fall. He has got himself the Crescent Guard, and then the execution onto Hong. Game number 3 goes over to FPX 2-1. They get themselves up to a 4-3 scoreline.
And I wonder who the MVP is going to be, you know?
I wonder.
Would it be the 10-1-9 Zeri? Maybe that's the play. But yeah, I mean,
like
look.
A stretch. On the map. And Shanks as well on one of his best champions, one of his most played champions on the rise to make things happen. The end of the game before they've even had a chance to play it. As I say that, Shanks, he's going to get caught out. Shockwave down. He actually oh, no. I think he was trying to get himself over the wall to guarantee.
See if they can force the fact they have the level 6 first, but now Beishang moving topside.
Yeah, he's moving topside right inside of the Shroud as well. Should be able to get him CC'd up. Nowhere for him to go. Beishang picks up his kill in topside. Very nicely done there by the WE mid laner. Ghost available here for Fearness. He goes aggressive with the needlework. We're going to see the Slicing Maelstrom come out alongside the Dawning Shadow from the Senna. We have the Realm Warp as well. He flashes in, just gets on top of Fearness, and Fearness has nowhere to go. And he will be taken down. Beishang with another kill. They've even got the Rift. And now Bubu knows he is just dead. Nothing else he can do. He will do some fancy feet to dodge out from these needleworks, but it is going to be his life for the Dragon. As I say that, he's doing a hell of a lot good job to try and delay. Another Hex Gate coming off to the side here as Fearness finally makes himself known. He jumps straight in on the Shing, but can he do anything else? He's getting taken down so quickly. His needlework just not doing enough. And on the other side, the Shanks has to flash away. He falls down. Bubu hits nothing with his ultimate, but unfortunately for the side of LGD, I don't know if they can take the damage. Yes, they can. They eventually get the resets onto the Viego, and it is going to be a triple kill there for onto the fellow. Excuse me, it's a triple kill for Shadow. I hate the way that does that on the screen, but it is LGD that come out with the Dragon in the fight.
It was too late for Bubu to try and take that Hex Gate. As soon as
already, you do have full summoners available for Shing, so he's going to be doing a lot on the Tefelios if he can stay alive. Fearness goes in, trying to use the needlework to make it work. Dawning Shadow across 2. They're not quite able to make it. They go in! Not quite able to steal it as LGD get themselves back onto the Dragon, and they secure that objective. Now, the fight can reset. Bubu flashes in onto the backside, catches out everybody, and now WE, with the confidence that their top laner gave them, move forward, picking up kills, getting all these different health bars down. They'll turn back for the Baron.
And that was such a good fight from WE. They kite back, they draw Shadow in that bit too far, and that's when BuBu pounces. Now, starting to push in. I thought they'd turn towards the Baron, but they think they can crack the base and still have time for dessert with that objective as well.
Honestly, they might look to try and end. Look at these death timers.
Yeah,
You
maybe
still don't
actually.
have Eric.
It's such
They
a
actually
long
might-
game.
Yeah, I didn't even realize it. We're 35 minutes in. They've got a huge minion wave, and they have an Aphelios. There's going to be so much damage on these turrets. You have to defend here, but I don't think you can. Your Karma just can't do enough. Nexus turret number 1 goes down. The Sonya's has been used by Phoenix, but now the Nexus is exposed. They will take the Zinzao down, but now the Gwen has fallen as well. Eric goes away, and off of one massive play from BuBu, WE put themselves 1-0 up in the series.
And just like that, the game.
They're in a lot more comfort.
And that's why I was kind of looking at the Janna over the Tam Kench, right? Like, TK is good for one engage, but the big problem that you see oftentimes with Tam Kench is that when...
I think it is definitely going to give him space for the dive. They even put the traps behind the turrets. There's nowhere for Eric to go. He flashes away, does not get CC'd up. They even landed down Beishang under tower, tanking up a little bit too much damage, and he'll be first blooded, but it's traded for the Jinx. Now Kadaya trying to run away. We did not see the Galio jump in because he was CC'd by the Twisted Fate. He will get the taunt down. They almost get the heal off in time to try and save off the Tam Kench, but 2 quick kills back over to Xing, and now you can see that this Nautilus has nowhere to go. They wanted to try and give it over to the Jinx, but they weren't willing to tank it anymore. And while that was all happening on bot side, we do see the full
in this series, which I'm a really big fan of.
Well, we can see now on top side, we will have Fearness jumping in with Yeji's. They get the flash out of BuBu. He gets the knockback, but I think he wanted to try and maybe get the Renekton in instead of the Galio. He will take up a little bit more of the tower, but a good pick off here for the side of LGD, and they're going to go for another one as well. Shanks will go golden to try and stop from the depths, but the Moonfall is too good on top of him, so he's going to be falling down pretty damn soon. Nothing that Kadaya could do. They're not really in position, and this is just good moves here from LGD.
Control and understanding when they can make these picks.
Yeah, they're going exactly what you talked about. He tries to get himself the slice and dice. The flash will be available as he pops himself on the Dominus. They will have a gold card, but he's just flashing a little bit too late to the skies. Knocked back. One more auto attack will do it, and that's going to be Shanks using perfect opportunity to try and catch out the Renekton, but not to be outdone. LGD drop down Shelly in the mid lane, and they're looking for a tier 2.
Shelly should get the charge here.
Oh, they should get the charge, but there we go. We're going to go straight in. Whoa! What was that? Shadow just setting up perfectly with Yeji to get the CC down. It's a triple kill for the Aphelios, and they're still pushing forward, maybe even looking for more, but they're not quite able to get it.
Wait a sec.
They will trade it back just a little bit more. No Destiny Gate available, but it's a
Pops that you can back away as LGD, and then it's just back into the same issue.
yeah, we're going to see the gold card coming in. The taunt should be able to land. They're going to use the Everfrost as well. Shanks just can't be doing that, buddy. You don't have a way out. You stagger death timers. That's the big thing. As I say that, we're going to see the Destiny Gate come out. They're going to force the ultimate out of the Galio. Gets a 2-man knockup, but the Diana is already dead. And this is disaster for LGD. Look at Fearness. He's nowhere near this. He's only coming in now, and now he's walking away. He doesn't know where he wants to go. The Aphelios is in a good position, but it's 4v2. It's 2 kills to BuBu as Kadaya now jumps straight in, gets the exhaust down. The Jinx has died, and at what looked like a terrible situation ends up being a fantastic one for the side of LGD. They get another triple onto Eric.
Kadaya missed the Abyssal dive, which meant that Fearness was just able to run amok in that.
Onto BuBu, and they're already good with the Predator. They're going to try and kill him off.
Yeah, I mean, BuBu has his flash, could try and get away. Everfrost goes wide, but will just be enough time. Bottom of BuBu would put looking towards the Baron area. WE thought about trying to move in to start it up, but now they got the TP behind them.
They got TP. Could be a double one. Yep, it is. It's going to be the Galio coming in with the ult. Oh, Shadow. That is not what you want to be seeing. Flashed in, just completely missed everybody and not really able to make anything work from there. But knowing that they have got the kill onto BuBu, he does have TP, though. They have to be very careful with how they go. There's some big ultimates no longer available here for LGD. They need to be very careful with this.
Yeah, nobody really on a flank either, and you've still got the range from Xing. He can just fire over the wall. Now WE trying to fight.
He's trying to go in on top of it. You can see there Shanks getting caught out. He's going to have to try and run away from this one here. It's a full 5v4, but look at the damage coming out. Shanks finally goes down. They will get the Galio ultimate out. Xing trying to just kite this one away. The Tam Kench has fallen. Beishang and Xing will be joined by BuBu, but it's a 3v5, and they're going straight back to Baron as LGD.
You still got 2 of your big range carries, though. LGD, how much more have they got in the tank to try and turn? Jinzhou trying to see if he can get Xing.
They're going to see if they can go for it. There's the hook though on the Beishang. He's the only one who can steal away the Baron, and he gets taken out and killed. But look at this damage. I don't think you really want to go back towards this Baron just yet. Look at the health bars. They're going to have to reset. They cannot take this objective unless they can get a couple more picks. The hook lands, but Jin Zhao backs himself away. WE lose about 4. Will have relative information that it has been started, and they know that it's going down. They just haven't moved forward yet. Beishang trying to see if he can get in onto the pit, but he's been just swallowed up and taken out. Baron secured to even land the hook onto Shanks as he gets taken away from this team. Fearness is not fearful as he runs forward. They will get the Tam Kench ultimate. Yeah, they're going to commit the TP here. That's going to be the Galio jumping back in, but the minion wave is dead. There's the Moonlight Vigils. He Gale Forces aggressively in. Xing almost gets taken down, but gets devoured right at the last second, and now the fight can really ensue. They go in with the moon falling. Immediately Shadow goes into stasis. The Nautilus is dead. The resets are coming in. The Galio jumps straight back in. The Diana is over, and so is the Aphelios. It's just the Galio left. The Renekton's nowhere to be seen. That was a 5v4. Why?
That was so well played by WE though. They keep
left on this Baron play, so not a huge amount to really talk about. Gold lead means very little at this point in time. As we can see now, Shadow looking for an engage. They will go straight in on top of the Nautilus. He goes straight now on top of Bew in a lot of trouble. He goes into stasis, but look at the Jinx. You're going to get the reset. You're going to get one, maybe even two. They're going to try and take down Fearness, but look now, onto the backside. Shadow tries to jump down in. They're trying to get on the Xing and the Shanks, but they just cannot. Kidaya will keep himself alive. It's 50 carries. One more auto attack onto the Diana would do it. You can see Xing pushing forward. The gold card lands. The GA just about comes back up, but he's dead. 2 right. Nothing you can do there. WE still come out on top. 3 for 4. That could be it.
Shadow's looking to sit on this blast cone. He wants to try and get the flank, come over the wall, out of vision of WE. They don't have vision of the pit. And there's Shadow.
There's Shadow trying to jump in onto the back of this, going to use it with the Galio ultimate, but look at Xing, he's untouched. In fairness though, it's going to be on top of the Aphelios, who then gets up 2 kills of his own. Now, look at these helpers, they are so low. They're going to try and jump on the Xing. Xing is trying to get the reset off, but he just cannot do it. Eric will reign supreme, and this Jinx will fall down. LGD are sending us to a game 3.
Shadow with the flank gets the crucial ultimate out of Kidaya, gets access to the backline for LGD, and WE split on multiple fronts, cannot control the fight, and LGD bring us to that game 3.
Series is not over yet. We will get the full palette of 6 games today. LGD not willing to be the first win for WE, not willing to be the first victim, and will take us all the way in this series. What a game 2. That was carry these teams to victory.
Yeah, I think you've had a little bit of an easier time here in WE, right?
To this stolen camp as such, we'll get a couple of chickens, so maybe a couple of chicken nuggets as they go for a bit of a trade. Shadow will end up getting caught out though, and he might have to flash away. He doesn't even bother because he is dead. You cannot go for that trade. And speaking of trades, now Jin Zhao on the bot side in a lot of trouble. One more auto attack will take him down, and WE find themselves 2 advantages across 2 different lanes.
And just like that, Shanks being able to flash in to help Beishang, and Kidaya and Xing finally getting the better of Eric and Jin Zhao. That's not the way you wanted this to go, especially when you look at the bot side of the map. Like, Jin Zhao with the Aftershock, he's supposed to win that. Bew.
I mean, Bew is getting taken now, 1v1 right now. The flash in from Fearness. This is not the level of gameplay I expected. He flashes away, but only into the waiting arms of Shadow. Thumbs up for the assist, bro. Make this one work for themselves. Both AD carries very happy to stay on this bot side. Both top laners are saying, sorry, man, we got our 1v1. We got our pride on the line. We are not going to be joining this. It will be used there as a flash away from Shadow, away from the shock wave, but Shanks picked up the first kill, and now, yeah, G in a lot of trouble. There is the Super Mega Death Rocket. Pivotal for both these teams. We have seen them both win and lose games around that very big Dragon Pit, as now Fearness taking a very unfavorable trade. He's going to be forced to use the Ornhorn and his flash. He tries to get the knockout back in. He will be able to get it. Bew in a lot of trouble. Will use his ultimate and flash at the end of it. Not ideal usage of his own summoners there, but they are going to go for a Beishang now. Going to find Fearness, who has no ult, no flash, and almost certainly nowhere to go. They're just going to wait and try and maybe donate that one over. I would like to see this one go over to Beishang. They will do just that. So LGD now reacting to that move in the top side will drop down Shelly into the mid lane.
Point with the cleanses as Beishang once more trying to invade off of this mid lane push.
Whoa, okay, Shadow goes very aggressive because he knows he has the protection of his Leona, and they're going to be able to take down Beishong straight away, and now the Ornhorn can come out. Call of the Forge God is good, but it's only onto Shanks. You got to be careful coming down this little ramp. As you can see, the shockwave might be huge. They're going to go for it. There it is. They finally get the Oya down, but here come the resets. One more auto attack there, and there's the Jinx going as hard as they possibly can. Perfect use of the slam down to get themselves over the wall, and that's going to be 2 quick kills going over to Xing. He's doing so much into this game, and he's already...
These 2 mega carries for WE have been accelerated as Bew finds company.
Finds a bit of company. He is a very tanky boy, as now he gets another very tanky boy joining him in there, and they're going to have Xing as well, so maybe it's going to be a bit of an extended fight as Eric tries to find himself onto the backside. They will use the Moonlight Vigil and actually flashes forward, trying to find Xing. Perfect aggression from Eric and gets out alive. Massive move from him. Massive play from the AD carry of LGD and keeps this one going in their favor. Yeah, I was going to say, the Leona and the Diana are here. They're going to be able to try and find Beishong. TP going to be invested as well. Shanks trying to maybe find himself out of here. Beishong flashes away. Will not be able to get away from the Ornn, though, as the brothers end up fighting. As I say that, here comes the train. Beishong, how do you survive that? Oh, no, it's terrible. It's a disaster for LGD. WE are just turning straight back on top of them. And you get 1, you lose 3, you might even lose 4. This is just desperation. How did that happen, Dagda?
That engage from Bew saved it all. Beishong managed to survive for so long with that Divine Sunder healing, and suddenly, just like that, 5 kills onto Xing, 4 onto Shanks, and we thought that LGD might be able to fight WE, push WE to their next loss in Spring 2022, but WE are saying to hell with that. We want this game.
Oh my god, let's have a look at Bew because he teleports so far away, and you can see WE, they all focus, or sorry, LGD, they all focus down onto Beishong. I need to see that replay because how does he end up getting away? I don't understand how his health bar doesn't go. He seems to be on like about 50 HP for so long.
So we get the engage coming through here, where it's a nice idea from both Shadow and Jinja, right? Wrap in behind, completely cut them off. There's the instant TP as well coming through from the Ornn, so you think this is a disaster, but Beishong manages to just about eke away from everyone, and there's just no range here. So when people are chasing them down, they just line up perfectly for Bew. The shot down the line sets up perfectly for the double ult coming through from both the Orianna and the Jinx. Eric is completely out of position, and WE just chased them down.
Oh, LGD, you looked like it was going to be great. It looked like you were going to get those staggered death timers, get yourself back on top, look to try and make this game yours, and sadly for them, it's just not to be. Shanks very valiantly gives over his life in that fight, but does get the damage down that he needs to do, puts down a little bit of shielding as well, and coming up in a minute and a half, you've got double stopwatches. Importantly, there's a stopwatch for Xing and Shanks. Not only that, you have full summoners on Xing as well, so he's going to be so safe to be able to keep himself alive if they can keep him away from all these different carries of LGD.
Dragon in a minute though. You've got the lower dominance for guard completed for Xing. He just took a massive step up in damage, especially to the front line. Shanks are only just about completing the Archangel staff. Wants to see if he can try and evolve that before it comes into it, but mid lane tower under siege. WE are fine to tank that one up.
I mean, you don't have flash on Eric. I really don't see how you're able to kind of contest this right now. You're going to have to be so tentative approaching this side of the lane, and anywhere that's not controlled by your vision, you just cannot step up. The Nautilus, the Volibear, the Scion, anyone could get to CC down onto you, and you are just finished. We see now WE trying to corral the side of LGD. They will catch the G, and he's forced to use his own stolen Volibear ultimate. The Ornhorn comes out, the Crescent Guard as well. They're jumping onto the tanks though. Look at Xing, look at Shanks. They're just not touched in this, as Eric now gets jumped on, and he has to cleanse away. Xing trying to chase him down, but it's already got the Zins out dead. Great hooks in and out of this fight. WE still pushing forward. WE still looking for kills, and WE still looking fantastic. They don't even need the soul, they can go for Baron.
They're just running straight for it. Towards it, they know that their team fight is just so damn strong, and with the Baron, they
Crack the base just yet, but they have no outer turrets left. It's just the inhibitors, and then of course their nexus. Here comes Bubu. Choo all the way back into the mid lane, but now we go. The solar flare going to be instantly cleansed away. They use the moonlight vigil. Shing flashes off the side. Now he's left completely untouched. They can maybe look to try and get the resets here. There's one. They're going to get another one. The Nautilus has been traded for the Leona. It's about these 80 carries. Look at Eric. Look at Shing. They're trying to make sure they can keep themselves alive. These health bars are so low. It's the 80 carries. That was massive. Huge play from Shadow, coupling up with Fearness, and now Eric feels confident to move forward. Shing, though, will be taken down. The Aphelios falls at the end as the 80 carries have dropped, and at the end of it all, the 80 carries were the focus, but they are not the reason they're winning this fight. WE should be able to take the game.
Bloody battered and bruised, WE will limp their way towards the base. Baron is still available so they can take down this inhibitor, but 20-second death timers, I don't think they can finish. Jin Jiao is still here, but that fight was just played on a knife's edge.
See the 80 carries, Eric and Shing just trying their best, nothing left in the tank, and at the end of it all, you still forget, WE are still miles ahead. It's not just in the 80 carries, but let's have a look at the replay, because this was such an extended fight.
Yeah, the big thing to note here, Shing has actually gone for the GA third item, so not going for the Zeal, just looking to keep his survivability. So when he gets jumped on this fight, he's perfectly alright. So Eric doing his damnedest, great shockwave, keeping Shadow out of the equation with G. And then this is why Shing is playing so aggressive. He knows that in this situation, if I go down, I'll have the respawn. So although it looks wonderful, right? Shing just pops into GA. Shanks has the stopwatch. Shanks goes over the wall. So Shing even here is still getting a ton of damage off right before he goes down, and sets up beautifully for Bubu. Again, that last-ditch effort from the Scion to provide the CC to set up WE.
Well, come back into the game. LGD have still survived, but their now inhibitor, mid lane inhibitor is down. We come back into the game, minute 20 until Dragon spawns. Both teams using pretty much everything they possibly had. Eric will have his cleanse available because he lost it at an inopportune time before that fight. And now we come back into the fight. It is going to be a stopwatch available for Shing, so he has that in his own back pocket as we now see LGD feeling a bit more confident. I will say you've got 3 items on the edge. The Silas pick is very, very big. If you can land a Kingslayer or 2, it should do a lot of work. There's the Crescent Guard going to be used, though, as Shadow needs to keep himself alive. The Ornhorn comes out to try and stop Shing, but it goes right between the sticks. 4-man knockup, but they keep pushing forward. Shing is untouched. Shing can keep doing it. Shanks and Shing, who pick up the 2 kills apiece. It'll be a full house, trips upon dubs, and that's going to be the game. It's a triple kill for Shanks. WE will break their losing streak, and WE will finally pick up a win in LPL 2022 Spring.
And yes, you might beat WE 6 times, but nobody beats WE 7 times in a row, as WE with this play will find themselves taking home their first win.
The return of Beishong, it's a glorious moment for WE. They will get themselves on the board.